Today on the cutting board is Benchmade Pukko. Pukko means knife in Finnish, just knife. But here in the United States they ascribe this title to Scandinavian or Finnish looking knives. The blade length of this knife is just under 4 inches. It's a fixed blade made out of 3V steel. The blade is overmolded with this rubberized hard material. It's a full-tang knife. Comes with a beautiful leather sheath with a Benchmade logo, ferrous rod attachment loop, and it has a D-ring and a belt attachment collar. When sheathed, Benchmade 200 does bear a strong resemblance to a Scandinavian knife represented here by Rapala Pukko. However, these similarities are purely cosmetic. As you can see, the lack of the finger guards drives the design of the handle. The handle has this distinct shelf, which I call a thumb shelf, because when you have this knife in an ice pick grip, and you using a stabbing motion to do the task, your thumb firmly rests on this shelf and prevents your hand from sliding forward and cutting yourself. When gripped in a straight grip, the same protrusion rests comfortably in a meaty part of your palm, preventing your hand from sliding forward. And Scandinavian knife is never considered purely a tool. It's always a defense weapon. That's why every detail is considered. As you can see, Benchmade designers miss this opportunity. Even if my hand were larger, I have medium-sized hand, the shape of this grip is reverse as compared to the Scandinavian grip. The lanyard hold is on the wrong side. It should be shaped more like this when they're in the same orientation. I'd like to make another comparison to another Scandinavian knife, Knife made in Sweden. This is a short Knife. I don't have a longer one in my possession currently, but I would like to show you what a modern take on a Scandinavian handle would look like. As you can see, the fit into my palm is very similar to that of the Rapala. And when I'm holding it in reverse grip, it also provides a very convenient placement for my thumb. Also on this knife you can see what a true Scandinavian grind would look like. As you can see, there's only one bevel. There's a tiny little micro bevel that the knife had from the factory. It's less than 1/10 of a millimeter, so I would call it a stroping bevel basically. On Benchmade Pukko, it's basically a standard saber grind because there's a very distinct secondary bevel right here. It's ground, if I had to guess, it's somewhere between 18 and 20 degrees, and the overall design pursues the traditional Scandinavian look, but not traditional Scandinavian function. As you can see, I replaced Benchmade leather belt attachment loop with a Velcro and carabiner loop that I'll be using as I head outside to give this knife a test. So to demonstrate the factory edge sharpness of this Benchmade Pukko knife, I'm going to chop down this slightly larger than half-inch bamboo, and I'll try to do it in one cut. As you can see, the knife gave me a very clean, fast cut. And it is fresh bamboo. It's not the toughest bamboo I've ever processed, but factory edge is quite sufficient. I find this knife to be compact enough for the everyday carry inside your pocket. It will not disappear completely in your pocket, but it's pretty close to doing so. easy to draw and grip. The knife is very well balanced. It favors the grip side a little bit, which allows you to maneuver it better when you need to do some fancy knife work. The wide opening of the sheath makes it safer to pocket. I happen to be right-handed, but the knife can easily be mounted on my left hip. It disappears into my pant pocket, and in this configuration I can cross draw it, and as you can see, this way it comes up in a good ice pick grip with a sharpened edge out for defensive moves, or I can draw it with my left hand, and again in this configuration it still comes out with the blade out, and if I need to transfer to my right hand, I can do it quickly like so and continue my knife work with my right hand. Again, I can't say enough how well balanced this knife is for this type of knife work, and my only wish was to have a grip that's 3/4 of an inch shorter. The rubberized grip gives me confidence to wield the knife securely, do palm transfers in any direction, and it always gives me a nice tactile point of reference. It's great for hand-to-hand transfers because as you can see here, I can roll it into position that I need to without fear of losing. Another great feature of this knife is the oval cross-section of the handle. It's not too thick and not too thin for my medium-sized hand. I can easily acquire grip for the blade maneuvering, and without feeling any tension in the webs of my palm. This item does not make a good throwing knife. The reason is it's balanced much heavier toward the handle, as you can see from this balancing act. So I was able to throw it by the handle grip and have it stick, but it's not ideal. Ideally, you would hold it by the blade to give a proper rotation to the knife as you throw it. Again, shorter grip and maybe longer blade would rebalance this knife to be a perfect all-around tool.